Adam Nip joined by Woodstock Mayor Pat Sobeski for an edition of Webchat with the Mayor. Quite a day in municipal politics here, Pat, with Rob Ford's admission that he did in fact smoke crack cocaine. Have to ask you, have you ever smoked crack cocaine?
I can honestly say no, and the other thing I'll say is that mayors should be setting the bar pretty high as to the expectations that the public expect of us, and in some cases some of the mayors kind of just lay the bar on the ground, so I hope I've raised the bar a little bit higher.
Does it amaze you that given his job, I mean, you're the mayor of a small city in Woodstock of 38,000, that the mayor of a multi-million population city would have the time of day to smoke crack cocaine?
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, he's an embarrassment to Toronto, and that's the sort of thing. I mean, now I understand he's not going to the police ball and everything else, so it's just difficult. He's one of the issues is mayors somehow think they're bigger than the city they represent, and we're not. We're just citizens doing our particular job, but I find some mayors just think that they're bigger than the city, and it's not true, and so it's disappointing that some mayors should have a higher standard, and I think people expect them to do that without any. They don't need any municipal act. It's just ethics that said, hey, look, I've caused some embarrassment. It shows clearly a lack of judgment. So if I'm making a lack of judgment personally, what kind of judgments am I making with the city? So it's and the unfortunate thing is, people joke to me about it, but it's a broadside against all politicians because you get painted with the same sort of brush. So anyways.
And you have to answer questions like, do you smoke crack cocaine?
Yes. Yeah.
Again, it's no, right?
It's no.
Okay, let's move on to our business here in Woodstock now. Big report, two of them actually, set to come out on Thursday night, dealing with our fire services. They've been under review for the past year by a consulting firm, and we're going to see those reports come up here on Thursday night.
That's correct. Steve Thurlow, he's Dillon Consulting. They've been working on this for a year. He's, for 35 years, he was with the Burlington Fire Department, 10 years as the fire chief. So he's not a consultant that's at a university with theories. He's actually driven some fire trucks. So he's bringing forward a report. His presentation will be coming to council on Thursday. Because the study indicated, we wanted to bring, and it was an efficiency review of the fire department, and why we're bringing in efficiency, could there be cost savings? That was the broad umbrella. And so he's bringing a report forward at council. His presentation, just his presentation alone will be, I think, well over an hour, as he outlines all the different aspects so that council and the citizens have a good understanding of where we are with the fire service and where we have to head with the fire service.
And so, do you think we'll see cost savings out of this? Can you give us a preview of what his report talks about in terms of efficiencies?
Well, again, I'll have to let him speak for it. Council just received the final report on Friday, so the written report's 140 pages, so myself, I'm just going through it. But I think if people have been watching the fire marshal's office the last couple of years, one of the things that's become prevalent from the fire marshal's office is, as they've been investigating a lot of fires where there's been deaths, one of the things that's become quite clear is that the cause of death is due to lack of fire alarm, no escape plan, that type of thing. So the fire marshal's office has started to put a lot more emphasis towards the prevention side, the education side to say to residents, you have a responsibility to make sure your house is fire safe. So that's the education side. And the prevention side is, again, more inspections of the firefighters going out, is your smoke alarm working, and all those good things. So that's two lines of defense that the fire marshal office is emphasizing. They've been emphasizing that the last couple of years, and I think that certainly is reflective of what I've seen so far in the report.
Also wanted to touch on with you, saw that the Van Wyck farm purchase, that deal is being nullified?
Yes, that deal, unfortunately, with the farm, the condition was it had to be brought into the city of Woodstock, and unfortunately we couldn't come to an agreement with Norwich Township on that. But one of the encouraging things was Michael Graves, the CAO at Norwich, he had recommended that we hire independent consultant to come up with a valuation as to what the compensation should be. So certainly one of the things we'd like to do is in the next year, 2014, is talk with Norwich Council saying, well, let's do that study. Let's get that work out of the way. No mergers can take place a year before an election. So get the report done and then get that body of work done, and then let the councils in 2015 see if they can work out some sort of a merger, not only on the Van Wyck farm, but across that entire boundary where Norwich and Woodstock meet.
Okay, we'll keep tabs on that issue and more, especially the fire services report coming out Thursday night at Woodstock City Council. Thanks again, Pat.
You're welcome.